Good evening, all. Read a bit of poetry before bed tonight. See if anybody wants to come in real quick. Won't be streaming too long. We just hop over to YouTube here and make sure we're up. Channel. Not going to be on too long. Usually don't get many viewers. I used to post it on Twitter, but I quit Twitter. So unless one of my few subscribers comes on and sees me and wants to come in, probably will be a short show. Watching in the future, welcome. Gankenstein was supposed to have a show tonight about Kierkegaard and Cinco de Mayo. Hi, Neil. But something happened. He started a stream and then it cut off. I don't watch a ton of TLC content. Wish I could watch everything. I wish I could watch all content ever created. Every YouTube video, every movie, every book, every audio recording. I wish I had time to understand all of it. Not just watch it, but rewatch it, discuss it, watch commentary about it, read analysis. But I don't. I find that I really have to limit what I view. It's like I used to be looking for things to consume. Now it's almost like when you're trying to lose weight or something and you're trying to find ways to consume less calories. Hello, Mr. Daedalus.
That's kind of limiting, ain't it?
What do you mean?
If you limit yourself, then you're limited.
Well, I'm just saying limiting what I'm consuming. I mean, just being, I don't want to sound new agey, but intentional about, because I think it's real important to have times where I'm not listening to anything. Yeah. Where I just have to contend with my mind.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should just
You're not wrong.
Maybe I should listen, Max.
I think you're already one of the best listeners that I've ever met. But
thanks, Neil. Yeah.
But I think you just being around other people who are not listeners like me, who prefer to talk too much like me, you help me remember things that are important and things I don't focus enough on. So thank you.
What? Like not listening to stuff?
Well, I think so. I still go to Eucharistic adoration, which is basically think of it as like a 1 hour of prayer. And
I saw you talking about that on the stream, and I looked it up.
Yeah.
But go ahead and tell me more about it.
Yeah, well, when I was like more, um, yeah, I'll say like when I was with more without hope, uh, more in the darkness, in my life, I found that hour extremely restful and reinvigorating and necessary. Um, and not to say that, oh, I'm about to go through a tunnel, so I might lose you, which will be interesting. But
Mm.
let's see if it keeps the signal in the canals of the Mississippi River on the West Bank, um, going through the Harvey Tunnel, so you could pinpoint my exact location. Three-letter agencies. Um, yeah, but so when I was really not in a good place, that hour was hugely helpful. And then the more stable that I was, like the more emotionally upbeat, or just you know, like it's almost like the process of changing garments, like moving from one identity over to another. It's extremely painful. But once that process is complete, and I don't know, then I had trouble concentrating, and I still do have trouble concentrating on that hour in prayer. And I have to like, I can't just sit in silence. No, that does happen sometimes, but usually like I have to read or I have to do something. I could do a rosary or something, but even doing a rosary, I'm like the worst trad cat ever. It's like I don't enjoy doing a rosary. I do them, don't enjoy it. Um, I don't know. There's, but yeah, it's very strange. It's like I want to be better at caring about certain things or doing certain things, but especially if I like if I if I don't believe in the this is hard because I do believe in the practices, but it's like how much do I believe in the practices relative to what I actually need right now, or like do I believe in all the practices for all people at the same time in all the same ways, and like how much do I allow myself to be cast about on the oceans of like feels good, man, like right now in the moment of whatever I feel like is increasing my faith and growing my capacity to walk with Christ, you could say, or do I have an ironclad stranglehold over my subconscious and I say, I don't care what you say, subconscious, we're going to do this much prayer every single week in this way exactly, and we're going to do it because it's the right thing to do and this is the way to properly be Catholic and yada yada yada. I don't know how to properly negotiate between my psyche and my tradition. So there are some things that I say like I'm going to do this no matter what. There are some things, and that's like that
Yeah.
1 hour Eucharistic adoration. But like I don't. There are other things that like I have no doubt are good practices, but I don't find as helpful for me. But whereas like my camaraderie with all of you guys, I find extremely helpful because if I do something I regret, it's going to damage the relationships with people I care about. And so then it's like a wonderful blessing when I don't do that, things that I would regret, because then I'm enriching and growing those relationships. I made a list. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. About a week
So
ago, I made a list of like my friends within the TLC. Um, and I've got like 30 friends. Like you're on that list, obviously. But I've got like 30 people. And I was like, this is the most friends I've ever had in my entire life.
yeah.
And I genuinely mean that. Like I've never had this many friends. And the way I define a friend is like I genuinely care about this person. It's like, okay. Like not like, oh, I care about you because I love the world, yada yada yada. No, it's
Mhm.
like I like and care about this person.
Mhm. Yeah, I hear you. Um, Trying to sum up what you said there. Um, it's like bringing in your Eucharistic adoration, comparing it with your relationships. Uh, is that Eucharistic? Is that only on Fridays?
No, no, like it depends on the chapel or the place, but some Catholic churches do what's called a perpetual adoration. 20 like it's 24/7 unless they're serving mass or there's some other special day
Yeah.
like yeah.
They built a church not far from us. It's a St. John Newman church. Uh, I've never been in there. It looks like a nice little place, but I looked it up, and but you have to have a code to get in the chapel.
Yeah,
So
but if you email them, they'll tell you.
it's like I've
Not
got a bunch of prayer spots around here anyway. I was just trying to find another one to be greedy, have all my prayer spots. Like
more of you, less of me, make me who I'm meant to be. You're all I
I'm
want, all I need, you're everything.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
yeah, all the prayer spots. Take 'em all, I surrender, be my king. God, I choose more of you and less of me. Take
Is is that Rich Mullins?
uh all to you, I surrender, all to you, my wait, all to you, my blessed Savior, I surrender all. Maybe I don't know. That was one of our retreat songs. All
Oh,
to you, I surrender.
well, that actually sounds like an old song that they changed the melody to because
More of you,
they
less of
do
me.
that. They take these old hymns and they put new melodies, and it's terrible because the old melodies are always better.
Yeah, it's like the Hillsong United or Hillsong version of Amazing Grace. My chains are gone. My
Yeah, I don't.
chains are gone.
They're gonna make me lead that at my church in a couple weeks.
This Australian song has been set free. And like, I have a confession to make. Um, I genuinely
Well,
like
no
Christian
one,
rock.
no one is here to hear it, so this is the place to do it.
I genuinely like Christian rock. Like I genuinely like it. Like cringe and all, man. I I love it. Like, yeah, I am way past the cringe over to like I just want to sing to my Lord and Savior. That's where I'm at.
Well, some of it's. I mean, I like some of it. My church
I
sings.
like some of it.
My church sings a cappella. We do 4-part harmony a cappella, so and it's like the people there, they want to incorporate like Hillsong and Bethel songs, but then sing them a cappella, and it's like I just I'm like, why don't we sing old hymns? They like it's funny how the people that are older than me think the younger people are going to be attracted by that. And
Yes.
I'm just like, no, like we got to do the old stuff.
The young yearn for the old, but they won't take the advice of the old. And the old yearn for the young, but they won't take the advice of the young.
Sounds generally right. But yeah, I'm lucky because if I go down one block and then up about 3 blocks uphill from my house, there's a Presbyterian church, and they have woods out in the back and like a prayer garden. And
PCUSA?
yes,
What
yes,
what? Represent?
the woke one,
Yeah, those are my people. That's where I came from. They were
right?
well, um, yeah.
But so I'm lucky. I can go on a mini pilgrimage. It takes me like 15 minutes to walk there, and nobody ever goes there except one time. I went there early in the morning, like you're talking about. It's hard switching garments, so this is like one of those times where I was like, everything sucks. and I was up early in the morning, and I went up there, and I was like in the prayer garden, and finally I had a little bit of peace of mind, and then all of a sudden this huge German Shepherd just runs and starts running around me and starts jumping up on me, and I was so pissed because it was like I just wanted to come here and chill. And then this guy comes around the corner, and this guy looked like he was like 7 feet tall. He was a Native American guy. He's like, "What are you doing, praying in there?"
Wait. You got a German Shepherd at a Scottish Presbyterian church with a 7 foot tall Native American guy. You got. All right, continue the story.
Well, nothing really happens except that, I leave, and I was kind of like, I was visually perturbed. I was starting to just walk away and like ignore the guy. He's like, "Hey, man, hey," because it was his dog, and he was like letting it run around. He didn't know I was there, and I was just like, so I was kind of mad. But then I finally just like turned around and went and talked to him, and he was like a sweat lodge medicine man, and he was like trying to talk me into his sweat lodge up north. And all this stuff, and I was like, "No, I'm good," But,
why was he at a PCUSA church?
Well, it's like in the neighborhood they have community gardens, and then they have these woods in the back with like a little path, so it's almost like a park for the neighborhood.
I see. I gotcha.
It's a pretty nice church, and they've got really nice land. So like a lot of people use their land, and they have signs that say like, "Come enjoy our woods," So it's pretty cool like that. But anyway, yeah, that was my rant. But yeah, I actually like, because at my church we do communion every Sunday. It's not as ritualistic as your church, but at least we do it every Sunday. And I actually just went to this other church on Saturday to do it. It's last week, some mega church. I was like, I knew they did communion there on Saturday, so I was like, I'll go there.
Cool. How was that?
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Did they have fog machines?
No, I mean, as far as megas go, it's not the worst. Like I think they're actually pretty good. Like the main preacher guy, I agree with most of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little bit more wishy-washy. Like my church is a little more hardcore, which I actually like. I like getting convicted a little bit.
Yeah. Throughout, I am a Catholic electronic percussionist. Let me repeat that. I am a Catholic electronic percussionist. I've had very mixed feelings about that for the last 8 years. Or not 8 years, more like 4 maybe. But you know what? Some people really like it, especially the older folk. So who am I to? And I like it too. I enjoy it. So like, I don't know. I recognize the cringe, and then I can lean into it, and I can be joyful even in it.
Yeah.
That's been liberating. So like for all the shade that we love to throw at mega churches in the space and the fog machines and all that, I have no doubt that those things bring many people to God. I have So I mean I guess I'm apologizing for any dispersions whatsoever, and and I can often be as pretentious as the next guy, and so
But I mean, the band was pretty good. I mean, they played Bethel songs, and they were good, and the sermon was pretty good, And so I was like, yeah. I mean, I know there's mega churches out there that are not just cringe, but probably like literally evil,
Yeah.
uh, and or just like milk toast, you know, uh, theme parks or something. But it was good, and plus, I mean, I'm a nerd. I know all the history. Like I probably know the history of their church better than a lot of the people that go there. Because it's like like my church broke off with theirs 120 years ago.
Four
So,
score and 120 years ago.
uh, but anyway, yeah, I was thinking about reading a little poetry. I don't think I will, though. I'm probably gonna shut her down in a couple minutes here.
You can drop some Syriac. I'm okay with it.
Well, this last one I was reading, see, like I read this stuff. I've got his complete poems, I think. I mean, there's thousands of them. And so the last thing I was reading, where is it? Let's see. So I don't even remember which. So he says, under the three pastors there were manifold shepherds. The one mother that was in the city had daughters in all regions. Since wrath had destroyed her dwellings, peace shall build up her churches. Blessed be he who chose out those three. The kindly labor of the first bound up the land in her affliction. The bread and wine of the next healed the city when sight was broken. The sweet speech of the last sweetened our bitterness in the affliction. So it's like, this is hymn 14. He says, under the three pastors. I'm guessing it's Trinity, but it's like every verse is like three things. The first tilled the land with his labor. He rooted out of her the briars and the thorns. The next fenced her round about. He made a hedge for her of them that were saved. The last opened the garner of his Lord and sowed in her the words of her Lord. And it's like, and he just goes on and on like these three things, And then her, I'm guessing, is probably the church. The first priest, by means of a fast, closed up the doors of men's mouths. The second priest, for the captives, opened the mouths of the purse, but the last pierced through the ears and fastened in them the ornament of life. Aaron stripped off from the ears the earrings and made a calf, that lifeless calf in secret, pierced and slaughtered the camp. Those who had fashioned his horns, he ripped them up with his thorns. But our priest, who was the third, pierced through the ears of the heart and fastened there the earrings he had fashioned of the nails that were fixed in the cross, whereon his Lord was crucified and gave life to his fellow man. All right, I'm not going to keep reading. I just want to talk about how I have no idea what he's talking about. I mean, he's making all of these Bible references, and I bet if I slowed down, I could follow a little bit better. But like, I recognize that there are things going on. Like, even if I read the ancient Syriac, I still wouldn't get the import of what he's talking about, because a lot of these poems, he is addressing theological heresies of the 4th century. He's like he wrote his theology in poetry. And I watched this video of this Eastern Orthodox scholar on Ephrem the Syrian, and he did this like hour-long talk and then did 20 minutes of questions and answers. And he's like, and I only answer questions about his prose. His poetry is too complicated. I don't understand it. And this was literally a scholar on Ephrem. But a lot of his stuff is a lot of his stuff is pretty accessible, even though, I mean, this probably isn't even that good of a translation. I think this translation itself is like from the 1950s. So just the translation in itself is not ideal. And then you wonder, well, let's see, verse 8, to the first tree that which killed, to it grace brought forth a son, O cross offspring of the tree, that didst fight against thy sire. The tree was the fount of death, the cross was the fount of life. 9. The son that was born to death, all mouths were open to curse him. He devoured bodies and souls, and multiplied the disgrace of his father. But the cross caused to pass away the rebuke of its father, that first tree. All right, there's lots and lots of verses just to this poem. So, yeah, I'm just gonna.
Keep reading, and I'll let you know if anything strikes me as you go.
Okay, where beautiful. Was I? The two sons were even as were the two mothers that bare them, the calf which the fire brought forth, the fire consumed in the midst of the people, the cross, the offspring of grace, divided good gifts to all creation. Who are the two sons? These. Anyway, O my tongue, hold thy peace, and be silent in the histories of the cross that press to be told. For my mind of a sudden has conceived, and lo, pangs of travail smite it. It has conceived these among the last, and they strive to become the firstborn. The babes struggle in the womb, the elder made haste to come forth, the younger desiring the birthright, laid his hand upon his heel. That which he obtained not by birth, he obtained by the mess of pottage.
Okay, that's Jacob and Esau.
Yeah. But he's like applying it to Christ. And how does Jacob and Esau, the son that was born to death? See, I wish I had time to like really understand this, you know. I'm just kind of like enjoying the vibe and the few things I can understand. I'd love to get like a good commentary on it. But I don't know. I probably am not orthodox enough for that.
Or Aramaic enough, apparently.
Right.
He so did he speak the same language as Jesus? The authentic voice of Aramaic Christianity.
Well,
this is about 270 years. Would it be the equivalent of like him speaking now compared to what the English the founding fathers spoke?
Right. Probably.
I mean, that's not that far off.
No. Let's see. Huh. I thought he wrote specifically the local dialect known as Classical Syriac. I don't know if maybe that's different.
Yeah. No, that's correct. In his native Aramaic language, using the local Edessan, at least is Wikipedia, Edessan dialect, which later came to be known as Classical Syriac. Yeah. But let's see how different Classical Syriac is from the language Jesus of Nazareth spoke. Let's see.
Well, do you think Jesus spoke Greek as well? I do.
They're both members of the Aramaic family, but they represent different dialects and time periods in languages history. Almost certainly Jesus did speak Greek. Yeah. They share common linguistic foundation. The differences are significant enough. Galilean Aramaic, Western Classical Syriac.
I just,
Oh, there's Western and Eastern Aramaic. Okay. So it's kind of like British English and American English.
right. So it'd be almost like the King James Bible or something.
Yeah.
Well, Neil, I got to get going, man. I got to get up early, and
No problem.
I really appreciate you coming on. It's always a pleasure.
I'm sorry I distracted.
No, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Come on
Enjoy your
anytime
company.
I'm going.
I enjoy your company. I really do.
Me too.
Amen.
God bless you. Take it easy.
God bless you too. Good night, Mark.